تفضل العديد من الشركات الكبرى في المنطقة إبقاء المعاملات المالية والتجارية بعيدة عن أعين العامة. قد لا يكون التقرير السنوي أمراً إلزامياً في جميع الشركات، ولكن عندما تكشف الشركة توعية عن طبيعة عملها فإنها تشجع الموظفين على الشعور بالولاء وتجذب المستثمرين. وتداول هذه المعلومات يخلق حالة من الثقة والشفافية بين المساهمين وباقي الأطراف المعنية. وفي الشركات المملوكة للعائلات يصبح التقرير السنوي أداة للتواصل المشترك بين الأطراف.
Ce que je trouve qui a été mis d'important à travers cette mise en place de gouvernance d'entreprise dans un premier temps intuitive et dans un deuxième temps systématique, c'est le fait d'avoir communiqué avec beaucoup de transparence à l'attention de toutes les parties prenantes. Donc on a commencé très rapidement par publier un rapport annuel. Depuis 2003, la NCA publie son rapport annuel dans lequel figurent absolument tous les chiffres de l'entreprise. Il y a les commentaires relatifs à l'activité et il y a absolument tout ce que nous faisons en termes marketing, en termes responsabilité sociale et environnementale, etc.
Il est beaucoup plus agréable et beaucoup plus sain de travailler dans un environnement complètement transparent. Même dans notre manière de gérer, il n'y a pas de cloisonnement d'accès à certaines informations. D'ailleurs, les résultats de l'entreprise sont publiés chaque année lors de l'édition de notre rapport annuel. C'est une chose qui choque, qui pourrait choquer un peu en Algérie, ou qui avait choqué cet excès de transparence, comme disaient certains, mais on voulait décliner un peu l'esprit de gestion qu'il y avait en interne. Il n'y a rien à cacher. Au contraire, si toutes les entreprises étaient beaucoup plus transparentes, je pense que ça se déclinerait même dans les performances des entreprises, sachant que chacun pourrait se situer par rapport à son marché. Donc aujourd'hui, notre souci, c'est décliner au maximum, et ce n'est pas un exercice facile, et je ne peux pas dire que la NCA a réussi cette acrobatie de décliner tous ces objectifs stratégiques en objectifs opérationnels expliqués et qui touchent la fiche de poste de chacun d'entre nous. Mais je dirais que tous les objectifs sont expliqués à tous. Il y a un consensus autour de la vision de la NCA, autour des objectifs stratégiques, et c'est le seul moyen de fédérer l'intérêt de tous et l'implication de tous.
Essentially, the annual report is based around the financial performance of a company. And the reason for that is you cannot add market share to employee turnover to efficiency of production together because each has a different unit. It is the dollar value at the bottom line that represents the applause at the end of the day for everything right and everything wrong that you've done. So this is the start of it. But then you realize soon that the numbers do not tell you the full story. So you need to have more data on the report, on things regarding, for example, market share performance, employee turnover, employee satisfaction. But by the time you've finished, you realize that as an entity, an organization, your success is measured by your relationships with suppliers, customers, employees, shareholders, government, community, and the environment.
Training and communication without actual on-job involvement and people experiencing what you're talking about doesn't work. This comes through, for instance, enforcing the annual report. In the annual report, you always need to scrutinize it and question what is submitted to you. So people will be on their toes to ensure that what they're writing reflects what reality is on the ground. So for instance, if they tell you, we are embodying the code of ethics, and you know that you have several code of ethics violations in the organization, you need to call them in and tell them, listen guys, I don't want you just to put it in the report just for the sense of the putting in the report, and hold them liable for it.
إن معظم الشركات المملوكة لعائلات ينشئها شخص واحد، وللأسف فإن الغالبية العظمى من هذه الشركات تنهار في الجيل الثالث حين يتنازع أفراد العائلة على السلطة وأمور أخرى. هناك حاجة لوضع خطة للخلافة في المناصب من شأنها تحقيق انتقال سلمي للسلطة والمعلومات لضمان استمرارية نجاح العمل.
again, part of the evolution process, we realized that being the family members does not always make you the most qualified. So that was the starting of our thinking of having a family protocol, which part of which is also addressing the issue of succession. And today, a year ago, we signed what we call a family constitution or a family protocol that governs everything you can think of about the family vis-a-vis the business or investments or wealth or liabilities or family councils or family conflict or you name it. And in the family protocol, we have a succession plan that talks about a family board that selects the most qualified individuals, bloodline of course, from the family that sit on the business board representing the family as investors in the business. So part of, again, the corporate governance is that, because you do not want the family issues to interfere in the business. And this is the separation I was talking about.
Succession planning is an essence of corporate governance because you need to ensure the interest of all stakeholders. And this is not done if a key person leaves the organization and there's a vacancy. One vacancy in the organization can paralyze it. Therefore, the organization always needs to ensure that it has in the pipeline people that are being developed and are ready to take over.
تشكل القيم الأساسية ثقافة الشركات وتحدد ملامح شخصيتها، كما تساهم لائحة قواعد السلوك والأخلاقيات في الحفاظ على روح الشركة، وبالأخص حينما تمر الشركات المملوكة لعائلات بفترة انتقالية بين الأجيال. وهذه اللوائح أداة هامة لتحديد قيم الشركة وتوضيح تطلعاتها وتوجيه الموظفين لكيفية أداء أعمالهم على أكمل وجه.
I think the most important part, the soft part of the organization, it is the core values. It is how people are expected to behave. Now, no matter how many systems you put in place, you cannot cover everything. And you need to preserve the entrepreneurial spirit of the people as well. So you don't need to delay the process and slow down the organization with bureaucracy and long systems. So at the end of the day, you need a set of behaviors that are acceptable in the organization, okay, and beliefs that the organization has to become the unifying factor. Another part of it was accountability. Now, if you just throw it there and you don't hold people accountable to it, nobody will take it seriously. So we had to take victims, if I may say, along the way, people who infringe on a core value, and then ensure that accountability is practiced and that communication is also followed to other people, you know. So you're showing the people, this is what happens if somebody behaves very well and aids and enhances the behavior of the organization within the framework, and then you had to show examples of the opposite as well.
The reality of corporate governance is not just in systems and values and ethics that all corporations need to embody, but it is a true connect between the boardroom to the shop floor to ensure that it is communicated effectively, everybody understands it, and it is woven within the fabric of the organization in a true sense.
أخيراً، تساهم هذه اللوائح والنظم في وضع الحد الأدنى للمتطلبات أو تحديد أفضل الممارسات، لكن يجب إدراك أن حوكمة الشركات ليست بعملية بسيطة، لكنها تحتاج لإحكام العقل.
During the journey, I feel that when you strive for success, everything else follows. But if you look for only profits, you could get blinded easily. And profits could come and go, money can go and go, but success in the true sense, in its complete form, is what we thrive for. And my word to any generation in family business or elsewhere is to look for success in everything you do, whether it's CSR, philanthropy, corporate governance, or running your business, and profits will come later. A very important hadith sharif from Prophet Muhammad that I always use, and I cannot emphasize it enough, which is إن الله يحب أن قام أحدكم بعمل أن يتقنه, which means that God likes if anybody does something to do it right. And I cannot emphasize it enough. If you do things right, this is what counts. No matter how trivial you think it is, or no matter in which field it is, business, philanthropy, society, even your family, friends, what have you. I think what we need in our culture is to keep reminding ourselves of this very important saying.